what has been a very strange start to a very strange Premier League season. Teams like Leeds United, Liverpool, and Everton have all seemed to catch the headlines for the right and wrong reasons. However, there is one team who lies in second place with a game back from everybody else, 12 points out of 12. The best goal difference in the league, 3 clean sheets. That's also the best in the league. No one's talking about them. My name is WJFC, and today I'm going to be getting into why I think one of my favorite clubs, Aston Villa, can be the next great Leicester City-esque story. Now, let's just get straight into it, right? I think that this season yields opportunity for clubs like Aston Villa, clubs who are typically slept on. Maybe higher end clubs who are typically slept on, but there is room for a miracle, and I will explain why. Liverpool have not been up to par this season, and now Van Dijk is out for the season. Chelsea, they made all these $100 million signings, but they don't know what their best lineup is, and their defense still looks atrocious. And they have a goalkeeper problem if their number one ever gets injured, and that's if he is the player everyone hopes he is. Now, moving on. City. Manchester City have been plagued with injury and COVID problems in the start of the season, and I think that's why they should be the odds makers and everyone else's favorites, because they have the best available lineup for the season. However, they don't look like themselves. And they haven't been dominant in a long time, considering they just lost the league by 18, I think, points last season. Now, no other club I could mention, besides Manchester United, who ended the season on a really positive note, but have started this one terribly. No other club could be seen as a typical favorite to win the league, and that's why I think it's wide open this season with all these teams, the better teams, underperforming. Now, obviously, teams like Everton, Spurs, maybe Chelsea, Leicester City, not Wolves, come on. Teams like those, right, will jump to everyone's mind first as a team who could potentially be a sleeper pick to win the league. But I'm going to tell you why Aston Villa is the best sleeper pick this season, since I know you haven't been watching them enough. Now, I checked out their roster, right? Because 4 wins out of 4, 7-2 versus the champions, it's saying something. Their starting lineup fits within the age range of 22 to 27, not counting the goalkeeper, who is 28. And by the way, has been an amazing signing so far, conceding 2 goals in 4 games. But 22 to 27, right? Is that not the perfect age range for your Premier League football club? I mean, young and or entering your prime. No one on the wrong side of their prime. That's perfect, in my opinion. Now, maybe there are a bunch of clubs with players who fit that age range. I do not know. But nevertheless, it's something. Let's move on to my next point. They have greatness within their side. Jack Grealish is a great player. He is a top 10 player in the league. And if you do not understand that or believe that, I guarantee you will believe that very soon. As Aston Villa go on, continue to pick up wins, and he continues to perform, they continue to make more highlight videos that you will eventually see about him. You will understand, eventually. I'm going to link his highlights in the description. 1 game highlights, by the way. Check them out after you're done with this video, please. But let's move on. What else do you need to win a title? You need leadership. Well, the man I just mentioned, Jack Grealish, he has it. He definitely has it. This is his boyhood club, first of all. He loves to be there. Him and the manager have a great relationship. He could have left last season. He could have left multiple seasons in a row, if I'm being honest. He could have left way back. Let me just tell you about this man, okay? I think it was 2017. Aston Villa got relegated. And he was the best player on their team. And he was a young talent. And you know how it is with young talents in Europe. Money. Big money transfers. Big clubs want him. Big clubs are willing to pay the money for him. He didn't leave. He stayed. He went down to the second division of England, played his heart out one season. I'm pretty sure they didn't get promoted. And then the next season, I'm pretty sure that is when they did get promoted. He brought them back to the Premier League, continued to play with them last season, and they stayed up by 1 point with him being the best player again. And now what does he do, the 25-year-old English prospect? Stays with them. He stays. Everyone wants him. Everyone should want him, at least. And he stays. It's absurd to me. The leadership of this man is just unreal. He creates chance after chance every game for players who don't finish them, and he never puts his head down. But let's just move on because there's clearly more to prove here, right? Aston Villa are a team who have nothing to lose, and they're playing like it. Like I said, stayed up by 1 point last season. 1 point. And this season, they probably have as many points as they did after 3 months last season. So they're exceeding their standards. Everyone thought they'd be in a relegation battle this season, and look where they are in second place. They've got nothing to lose, and they're going to continue to keep playing like it. Now, they're just a group of underdogs, and that's what I love about them. That's what I love about them. Jack Grealish is a player who's been doubted his whole career, and finally, he's getting the No, he's not getting the recognition he deserves. Excuse me. He's getting the numbers he deserves that will give him the recognition he deserves as a great player, because he has more help around him. Ollie Watkins, new signing from Brentford, I believe Brentford, played in the Championship last season. He's smashing in goals. Comes into the Premier League this season, hat trick versus Liverpool in, I believe, his second game. Looks pretty good to me. They've got young options at striker. Keenan Davis, 22. I've watched him play. He's a good talent. I'm not saying he's anything crazy, but don't be surprised if he comes in at some point this season and starts scoring goals. Wesley was their top goal scorer. Not their top goal scorer, but he was their best striker last season. He's a big 6'4" Brazilian guy, 23 years old. You know, and these are guys I'm talking about who aren't even playing right now. But let's just get into what is making the team gel at the moment. Ross Barkley. If we want to talk about underdogs this season, if we want to talk about people with nothing to lose, Ross Barkley is a prime example. Why? When he was coming up, everyone thought that this kid had superstar potential, right? And he has underachieved, it seems, his whole career. But now he's in an interesting position. 26 years old, having played for big clubs like Everton and Chelsea throughout his career. Now he's on Aston Villa, a team who was supposed to get relegated. A team who was supposed to get relegated. 2 goals out of 2 so far. And his problem, remember, on all these other teams is that he would play well. He was a good player. He would play well in training, play well in the games, but just lack the cutting edge, not get goals, not get assists. 2 goals in 2, including a game winner this season. He looks pretty good. I won't lie. He looks like he could put up decent numbers for them. He's an X factor. He's going to have to show up big if this prediction will ring true come the end of the season. Now we've got a midfield that I feel is also slept on. I've said that Aston Villa have a better midfield than a lot of the top teams for a while now, and I think it's really proving itself. You know, you got Douglas Luiz, 22 years old, Brazilian, at the center defensive midfield. position. Besides him, you have John McGinn, 26 years old. He's a workhorse. He is a workhorse. He gets up, joins the attack, and gets stuck in. He has an unlimited motor. He can go for days. They just signed Matty Cash, new right back, 23 years old from the championship, but he's playing great so far. Flying up the wing, just like Matt Targett's doing on the other side. Tyrone Mings recently got an England call-up. He's back there at center back. Emiliano Martinez in net. He's looked sensational so far this season. Now their lineup, it doesn't scream title, right? It doesn't scream champions. But they've got one thing that every other team in the league is lacking this season, and that's chemistry. Chemistry and confidence. They're slept on, and they're winning games. If that isn't the perfect recipe for any sports franchise, I don't know what is. I do not know what is. This team, I'm sorry, making this video has taken me several takes because I'm just in awe of what I'm saying. Because I truly believe I truly believe they can do this. And that's why it's been so tough to make this video, because it's so unconventional and just strange. I feel like we're gonna live through a major point in football history. And that's why I'm making this, because I want to call it. No one knows how good Aston Villa is. And I almost hope that none of the players in the Prem or coaches see this video, although I know they won't, because I want them to continue sleeping on Villa. But you supporters out there, don't. You fans of the game, don't sleep on them, okay? They have so many underrated players. So many underrated players. They've got great chemistry. They've got just a great vibe around the club. A young team, young core. Options. They have options at every position. I'm looking through their depth chart right now. Look, if they stay healthy, there's no reason Aston Villa can't do this. There's no reason. All the other teams are underperforming this season. And if Aston Villa can slowly slip away with a lead just like Leicester City did, there's no reason they can't repeat what they did. There's no reason they can't reach that point where they realize, holy crap, we could do this. We can do this. With Jack Grealish as their leader, a star. Ross Barkley is a player who can believe he is a star if he keeps playing the way he's playing. Everyone who will love to be a part of the action, and potentially, hopefully, fans at some point during the season. If they can get some fans in their stadium at a point where they're already ahead of the pack or up there with the pack, Aston Villa can start to believe. And you know what? I truly think that they will succeed. I truly do. And it's hard to make this video because you can't go through Aston Villa's team, right, and just say, oh, title caliber players are everywhere. Because they're not. Let's just be honest, they're not. But I just see something in this team every time I watch them. I see confidence. I see a team that plays to win. I see a team that is fearless. And you know what? I can't say that about any other team through 5 games this season. And that's why, man, I promise you, I don't promise you, but I believe we might be living through history. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button.
switch.